Okay. Let's get it over to YouTube as well. Oh, not supposed to say that on stream. Um, I think it's Louis is what I can call you, or Chad. You said the mountains are too close to the ocean. I mean, mountains go close to the ocean. That's what a fjord is, right? Aaron, I was thinking the same thing. Where the mountains meet the sea, how could that be? All right. Seems like we're decently smooth. I don't think we're seeing any freezing. If the camera freezes, y'all, yell at me, spam it in chat, let me know. Um, Vic, there you go. You got the Mount Port reference. I love it. Malort, I haven't finished reading Abercrombie's newest book. I'm about halfway through. Actually, it's right behind me here. Um, I'm really liking it so far, though. I'm excited to read. I'm excited to finish it. Have you finished it? Okay. What was I working on? Hmm. It's interesting in my preview of the stream, the map's a little bit fuzzy. Does it look clean to you guys, or is the map kind of fuzzy? Um, Looks clean. Okay, good. So it's just my preview that's probably it's saving resources by not showing the preview as in depth as it can. Malort, I'm glad you liked the Devils. Sick. I'm excited to finish it. I'm in the Illusionist's house right now. Since you've read it, you'll know what that is. Someone asked, is there anything below Essos on the official Game of Thrones map? There is below and to the east, but I don't think the stories ever go there. But technically, it exists in the larger world. We looked at that last stream on Wednesday. Okay, so I think I fixed the issues with the stream. I'm not seeing any camera freezes. I think we're doing okay. So I think we can consider this. Oh, Isabel, over on the video app. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Welcome to the test stream because today's official stream was plagued with tech issues. I think we got it going now. I think we're doing good. Christopher, yeah, there's that other continent down there. And he does mention that there's something that sounds suspiciously like velociraptors in the jungles down in, what is it, Sothoros? Something like that. I would love for them to take the story down there. It'd be really cool. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of land up in here. Because I have plans for this. I have secret plans for up here. I won't reveal them, not yet. Isabel, how you doing? How you been? You said the stream looks good? Good. That's a big improvement on how it was earlier. It was challenging to say the least. Looks like a wizard's hat now. We like wizard hats around here. Oh, didn't mean to do that with this rough brush. Wanted the smooth. Oh boy. Oh boy, Alex. There we go. No! I'm just doing everything wrong. I will get it, y'all. I have the power. There it is. That's what I wanted. Roll. We are using inkcarnate.com to make this, the online map maker. Let's get a quick zoom out. Y'all can see the whole map. There we go. There's our map that we're working on. I do not like what I've done with this land, though. It zoomed in, it looks fine. Zoomed out, it's not what I was going for. So let's mess with it a little bit. Roll, yeah, this is, well, this one is for practice, but I do typically make maps for my books. Um, and the map, let's see, pop over here. Here is the map I'm working on for one of my books currently. But we're doing a little bit of practice, so we're on a side quest, doing a different map for a stream or two. And that is for this book right here, which is linked in my bio if you want to check it out. It's called Wriggly Little Hands, and it's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord who they work for. But they're goblins. You know they're going to mess it up. Go on side quests, start random fires. It's a good time. It's very silly. It's linked in my bio if you want to check it out. I'd appreciate it. Schlub R6 said the left side of the map looks like what I think mountains of rain and night would look like. Is that a world? I'm not familiar with it. Thank you, Roll. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for giving it a try. Jazz, you can make a map like this right now at incarnate.com. I just put it in chat. It's a wonderful website. Isabel, you said you're ill right now? Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you get better soon. Rest up. Enjoy some nice stream content in the meantime, huh? You liked the lizard hat look? I'm sorry I got rid of it. Well, we'll see if we can get it back just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's kind of the vibe I was going for. Let me see it before I changed it. Yeah, I like it like this. And we're going to just smooth. I want this to be a little bit of a oh boy. Oh boy. Little bit of a crescent. There we go. Now we're going to cut into it a little bit. That was a little bit much. Focusing way too much on this little strip of land. But like I said, I have secret plans for it later. It will be revealed in time. Oh, okay, Schlub. It's from the Ranger's Apprentice series. I have not read that, though I have heard many good things about it. Okay, yeah, I like that. We're gonna stop messing with that tip of land. I like how it ended up. Hadrian, not Wonder Draft, but Incarnate. Very close though. Luxury, we are making it on incarnate.com. It's an online map maker. I make fantasy maps for my books. And this one's not for any book, though. This one's just for practice. I'm just kind of learning. I wanted to learn how to do parchment style because my maps in the past have been kind of like this. It's a very different style. Very pretty, in my opinion. I love the colors, but the parchment style looks a little more old-timey, you know? That's kind of what I'm going for. Isabel, you said you'll be here sneezing and attempting to distract yourself with writing. I mean, good on you for writing while sick, but that's a little bit difficult. You know, relax, enjoy yourself a bit. Luxury DJ, yeah, this is great for D&D campaigns. You can even do like battle maps and stuff. So like if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty, you can like straight up do street level maps. It's pretty sick. I'm a big fan of Incarnate. Alright, I shouldn't do too much more because this is technically a test stream. And I would like, you know, the main audience to see as the map progresses, but I'm having fun, so we're going to keep it going for another minute here. Don't tell everybody. Shh. I kind of want these mountains to like taper off into hills. I don't think I've nailed the effect there. Maybe like that. There we go. I'm digging that. I feel like that's kind of like the taper. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Now we're talking. Luxury, there is a lot you can do for free on Incarnate, and then the Pro version will get you a whole lot more assets. And it's the Pro version is $5 a month or $25 for the year, so pretty rockin' deal, honestly. Phil, dude, looks like Asmongold's brother who got his life together. I love it. Also, Phil, thank you for adding to the Asmongold counter. That is 56 mentions now. Up, up, up it goes. Y'all want to see the whole map? All right, let's go. There you go. How's that looking? Sorry, just catching up on chat. Oh, you're very welcome, DJ. Thanks for stopping by. A pleasure to have you. Fian at a huge Walmart that destroys the beautiful landscape. Man, we got enough of that in real life. We'll keep it out of my fantasy worlds. Be pretty realistic, though. Pretty realistic. Kill all the mom and pop businesses. Zergon, welcome back. I think we fixed the tech issues, so we're trying to go for just a little bit longer here. Now that I believe we're going to double checking the tech issues are resolved as well. So, if you notice a stream freeze, anybody, let me know. Shout it out at me. I almost whistled along to my background music, which I would love to do, but that would probably not sound great for everybody, huh? Y'all want me just whistling into the mic? Alright, I'm going to put a big old mountain. That's not the right type of mountain. This one. Why are you rotated like that? Mountain, I need you not rotated. There we go. I'm going to put a mountain right in the middle of this forest. Just one big mountain. I want some lonely mountain vibes going on from this guy. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Ace, yeah, this is inkcarnate.com, it is called. It's a wonderful online map maker. I want to make this mountain stand out a bit. So we're going to get some trees, and we're going to pull these trees down off of it. And then we're going to paint the mountain a different color. Should make it stand out real nicely. Also, I want to just, for my own sake, we're going to get rid of the trees that you can't see behind the mountain. Just, you know, save a few assets on the map. Okay, so now we're going to paint it. I want it to be snow-capped. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our brush, and we're going to zoom in, and we're going to paint the edges. And we're going to make this baby get some snow on top. And this will be our snow line right about there. And we're going to have that snow line fade to... I'm using a browner color for the mountains. So we'll put that towards the bottom. Actually, you know what? That opacity was too high. Let's redo that. We're going to put the browner color around the bottom of the snow line. And then we're going to transition that to the green of the forest. And that's our little smooth transition out. And now, we got a big old snow-capped mountain there. Rasanak, you said I'm going to give up. I haven't found Waldo yet. That's incredible. X, you said people ruining human expression by using technological slop to draw digital art is so sad. Yeah, I mean, I understand with AI, but that's quite a Luddite view there. I've not heard someone take a stand against using digital art programs. I'm sorry you feel that way, though you are entitled to your opinion. Saunders, this is inkcarnate.com. It's an online map maker. Just put it in chat there for you. Okay, so I put that mountain in because I want to do some rivers coming off of it. We gotta get some rivers. Just little ones, though. Little bitty rivers. There's one. There we go. X, you said, I don't understand the need to use technology to do this. Why not draw? I mean, it's harder to stream drawing, but I mean, really, I'm an author in my job, so I do this for fun / to make maps for my books. I don't think there's that big a deal of hand-drawn versus on a computer. Mainly, it's fun for me. I've enjoyed this. I treat it like a video game. Thank you, Taxa. I'm glad you like it. User 93737382837. You got a lot of 3s and 7s in your name, but thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome in, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Let's move some trees out of these rivers here. I mean, X, I'm with you on like AI and stuff. I think that definitely takes the human expression out of art. But no digital art. I think there's a lot of working artists that would disagree with you big time on that one, my guy. But hey, you're welcome to not like digital art if you want. That is your prerogative. Though I do disagree. What would I think about having a dragon nest on top of the mountain? I think that would be awesome. I don't think I have a stamp for that, but let's see what we can get going. Let's see what we got. We'll search the asset pack. Alright, X, well, we will agree to disagree, my man. Totka, we're making this in Incarnate. It's an online map maker. Alright, I like those rivers that I put in there, but in hindsight, they're kind of... I don't like how they flow just straight left to right like that. It's not really my vibe. I feel like it's not... It's a little unnatural. You know what? I'm actually gonna completely change these over here. So, shh, there were no rivers here. No one saw anything. Think an island village would look cool. Yeah, we're definitely going to put some civilizations, some settlements in here. That'll be next stream. Today we're finishing up geography. We're doing rivers. We're doing the mountains, forests. We got a whole desert over here we worked on earlier. So yeah. So what I wanted, so those rivers that never existed. We're gonna change them to flow a little more naturally with the landscape. Thug Nugget, that's a heck of a name, buddy. When will my next stream be? I'll be streaming for sure next Monday at 7 a.m. Central, but I might. We're gonna see. I'm interested in tossing a weekend stream in this weekend. We'll see. Will, do I write the book or do the map first? I write the book first. Which, speaking of. Here's all my books, or at least a lot of my books. I'm a full-time author, so I write to sell. So I write the books and get them out there, and then we make the maps, and I get them into the books if I can. I tend to have a rough idea of the map in my head when I'm writing, but it's not worth it to me to make the map and then release the book, so I get the books out first. Also, when I get advances from my publishers, I will use that money to pay artists to make maps for the books because they do better than I can. And here is one of the maps for the book that I'm working on, Wriggly Little Hands. This is a map. This is the map that comes in the book. The main characters are goblins, and this is the map that they use to get around. Not the most useful map for humans, but the goblins seem to make do with it when they're not you know, burning holes in it or squishing mosquitoes on it. So yeah, this one's in the book. GUI, you said genuine question. Does it pay good to be an author? No, not really. I'm a small time author though. I'm a small fry. Big time authors, yeah, you can make good money, but the large majority of authors don't make great money. Very much a passion job, but there's this lovely potential that any book I write could blow up and go big. So just keep writing them, right? Slindy, welcome back, buddy. Hey, you timed it right, Slindy. We had massive tech issues on the last stream, so we took a break, fixed them, and came back. GUI, you said, is that GUI? Should I say GUI? Is that how I say it? You said, I'll get there. My books look good. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. They're all linked in my bio, so if you want to check them out, they're on Amazon, they're on Audible, they're ebooks, etc., etc. GI? So GI. Okay. GHI. GI. I'll try to remember that. Witchcraft, sad part, AI can make this in 3 seconds? Yeah, sure it could. But it wouldn't be very fun, would it? I'm enjoying the process. The goal here is not just to have a map. The goal is to enjoy the journey. Nah, I don't like that river either. Yo, I can't figure out where I want this river to go. More like that? I know the reason I put the mountain is I wanted a river that flowed down to this little lagoon area. But it's, I don't know, it's kind of looking weird. User, you said, which of my books am I most proud of? Oh boy. Different ones for different reasons, but this is my newest one, and I think this is the one that kind of unlocked something in writing for me. It's the first time that I've really written something that's like incredibly genuine. It's very like goofy and silly and true to me. So that's got to be the one I'm most proud of. But I put a lot of hard work into these, and like this one as well, I sold to a publisher. So books 2 and 3 are on the way. Book 1's out now, and that one's like super serious and intense. A lot of cool combat action scenes and stuff. But these two I like a lot. But I mean, I'm proud of all my children, you know? It's hard to pick one. Snake, it's called Incarnate. That's the website we're using to make this. Appreciate the questions, everybody. Y'all asking some nice, insightful questions. Do I run out of ideas? You know, I haven't yet. But I'm always writing them down. Here, I'll show you. Let's go to display capture so you can properly see at least some of my screen. Let's see if I do that. There, you can see some of that. I have a folder here called Story Ideas, Plot Fragments, etc. And this is where I just keep all the ideas as they happen. And there are currently 101 files in here, as well as a series of folders at the top. So, like, that's a lot of... that's where I write down ideas as they occur to me. So, no, we haven't run out of ideas yet. Gonna move some of these trees out of the river because they're in the way. Very rude trees. I'm gonna politely ask you to step aside a little bit. Whoop, don't want to rotate, I want to move. There we go. Now you can see the river a bit better. Oh, Gojin, good question. You said, do I have a certain deadline, or do you write just work on it whenever you feel like? So, kind of a twofold answer. The deadline is so sometimes if I'm working with a publisher, the deadline is whatever they say it is, and I need to deliver the book in that timeline. But the long and short of it is I'm writing to sell, right? So the more books I have out, the more books I can sell, the more money I can make. And in an industry that is notoriously hard to support oneself, having more books is a very good thing. So it's really as fast as I am able to write consistently while maintaining what I believe to be a good level of quality is the goal. So the deadline is really almost always as fast as possible while maintaining quality. But also I'm lucky I can make this job work a bit more because I do naturally write quite quick. That makes things a lot easier for me. Edvin, you said, isn't this extremely tedious? I mean, only if you don't enjoy it, but I enjoy it. This is how I want to spend my time. Kind of want to have a lake hidden behind this mountain a little bit. I think that's kind of cool. What do we think? Do we like it? Y'all like the lake hidden down in there? Celine, we're making this with Incarnate. Thank you, Slendy. I appreciate you, my guy. Always there with the answer. What do you think, guys? Lake behind the mountain or no? Me gusta or no me gusta? I should say te gusta, I suppose. You know what? I can tell that the lake has an island in it that I don't want to be there. Because you see these ripples? See these ripples right here? That means there's land in there that I didn't intend for. Boom. Got rid of it. Guy, you said, what is it like selling to the publisher? Do they pay you per sale or like one big time sale? So it depends. The way it works is typically when they buy a book, they pay you in advance for it. And that advance is theoretically to support you while you finish the book, while it undergoes edits, before it's published. And then every time you sell a copy of the book, you split that profit with the publisher, and they will pay you royalties once you have earned enough money to pay back the advance that they gave you. So, for example, on one book I got a $7,500 advance. I don't earn royalties on it until... So like I got $7,500, right? The publisher and I have a 60-40 split. They make 60% royalty of each sale, I make 40%. But that 40%, until I have earned $7,500 back in that 40%, I don't get paid any more royalties because they gave me an advance. So I have to earn out of that advance before I make any more money. So that's kind of how that works. I also self-publish some stuff, and when I self-publish it, I only have to split the money with Amazon, so that makes the money a little bit better for me. But publishers also pay for things like cover art and whatnot. Matthew Newberry, are we doing it just to do it, or is there a plan for the map? This map is actually practice. That's the plan on this one. Let me zoom it out so you can get a full view. I make the maps for my fantasy world, so like this is the one for my current book series, and I'm going to get back to it, but... One, I wanted to learn the parchment style. So that's why we're like working in parchment style. It's a little more old-timey. And two, I care too deeply about this map. I've been having choice paralysis with it. So we're creative. I'm feeling a bit of a creative block. So we're going to put it on hold a minute. And we're going to work on this one for a little bit. Zawar, you spammed me, my guy. You don't got to send 30 messages that fast. I see you over there. Am I happy with that deal, Evan? Yeah, I mean, obviously I'd like a bigger split of the royalties, because that percentage is where you make your money. But I don't need a ton of money. I just need enough to keep living and keep doing this job. It's my dream job, you know. It is amazing to me that I get to wake up every day and do this. Writing, not map making. So I just love doing it. So as long as I can make enough to keep living, that's the goal. Less than money, I get more fulfillment out of seeing people enjoy my books. So, speaking of, here they all are. They're linked in my bio. You can get them on Amazon or Audible, pretty much anywhere you buy books. So please give them a look. If you have any questions about them, feel free to ask. Or if you just want to support me or the stream, please pick up a copy. There's a lot of them to choose from. Saxy Boyo, you said, what's your target audience? Are your books mostly for kids or adults? Mostly adults. My newest one up here, Wriggly Little Hands, it's YA friendly. But they're all for adults, and even Wriggly Little Hands is very much a Terry Pratchett book. It's just, Terry Pratchett books were relatively clean and not gory or anything, so it makes it very good for kids. But they're all adult books. Phil, you said, I know if I want my book to be in a physical store, I need to go through a publisher. Largely, but not entirely the case anymore. The world's kind of changing. Self-pub can get into bookstores. You just need connections. You need to hustle. You need to prove sales. I have self-pubbed books that are in bookstores right now. So you can get in without going through a publisher, but it is easier through a publisher. Who's the artist? The art looks great. Well, thank you. Let's see if I can rattle them off the top of my head. Let's hear. I'll give you the big, since we're gonna go with name, giving the artist some credit. Ivan Shavrin did this one, and if you go to my books, the cover artist is always credited on the inside, like page 1. Ivan Shavrin did this one. This is my newest prequel novelette. It's a free story you can get by joining my newsletter or my Discord. It's a prequel to Wriggly Little Hands. And this is also Ivan Shavrin, if you can tell, the style is similar. This was... hold on. I'll look it up. I believe this was Victor... No, it wasn't Victor Toth. Hold, please. Who did this one? I guess I can just look in the manuscript when I have him credited. Ivan Vujovic. Ivan Vujovic did this one. Love his style. So realistic, right? And then this one was Victor Toth. There we go. So those are the 3 artists that I'm working the most with right now. Ivan Shavrin's really kind of my guy. He's the one that I'm really, really enjoying working with. All of them are great, but big shout to Shavrin. Kevon, good to see you, my guy. Welcome in. I'm doing great today. How about you? And Tiago, yes, I am using Incarnate. Lovely program. I'm a huge Incarnate fan. I need one more. Well, let's get a full zoom out, but I want to get a river in here in one more area. I wanted a river like this way. Now that I got this lake in, maybe it'll make a bit more sense. Anyway, here's the full map for the moment. And I think we're getting pretty much done with the topography and the geography. I think we're going to be ready to move to putting towns and villages and stuff in. Tiago, the paid version of Incarnate is well worth it. It's incredible. You get so many assets. So many cool stamps and different map resolutions, etc., etc. It's well worth it. I'm a big fan. It's $5 a month or $25 for the year. I mean, that's a killer deal. Mosi said, "Am I making a Souls game?" I'm not. This one's just for practice, you know. Okay, y'all. I got questions. Thug, you want me to do one village or town? Well, let's see. Let me see what stamps we can get for village or town. I'm new to the parchment pack, so let's see. I think it's just gonna be. Yeah, they're not too detailed, but we can put one in here. They're all kind of orc looking. They're kind of aggressive. I don't want an aggressive one. The question is, do we do actual stamps for it, or do we just do map markers that signify that there's like a town in this place, you know? Could also go kind of like that. Saxy, this is a great program for D&D. It, I would recommend it. It's very fun for it. So I think based on our zoom level for this map, I think I'm going to go with markers for towns, not an actual, stamp like this. So let's find a nice dot. I think that's going to be under icons, maybe. So we could use something like this. We could use something like this. What else we got going on here for fancy markers? Ooh, I like this one. That's pretty cool. Actually, you know what? Sorry, the squares are right out. We're going with these guys. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna do this one and maybe this guy. I feel like, so what I want is a logical progression from smaller town to city to like capital. So I'm thinking kind of like this, maybe. I think that's close, but But let's do this one for town. And then I need something between. And then the big one will be for like capital. So what are we doing for city? Something like that, maybe? That's kind of nice. Oh, you know what though? It's kind of already given it to me if I just look a bit closer. We do have like that as a 1, 2, 3. What do you think about that? So like capital, city, town. Or do we want dots for town? I feel like a dot might even be more appropriate. Just a little speck on the map, you know? I don't really see any dots though. One would assume they have them somewhere. One would be wrong. Justin, you asked for a name. Name of what? I'd be happy to let you know, though. Alright, so I had a secret plan, I said. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get into that, I need to choose the stamp scale for these guys. So let's move these back down here. I think they're all, like, way too big right now. I think, like, that's about the size. We got to look at things from a full zoom level, because you're going to see the map at full zoom. So I think this could be a little bit like that, and that's 190 stamp scale. Let's get you to, like, 180, and we'll put the towns down to 170. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to create a little guide up here at the top that says what each of these are. All right, let's grab some text. Text. And we're going to put here city. Oh, actually, I just did a lot of things wrong. All right, y'all, help me out here. Is it capital with an O or capital with an A if you're saying capital city? I'm bad at that. I always forget. I always have to look it up. Capital with an A? Thank you. I'm gonna assume that you're correct there. Everybody says A? Okay, I think y'all know. Mark, you said, when am I going to work on the whole world map again? We'll get there for sure. You're asking about this one, I think. I've had a little bit of choice paralysis with it, and I'm kind of like, I feel creatively blocked, so I'm taking a little like 3-stream side quest to work on this guy. Plus, I wanted to learn this parchment map style. For those asking, we're using Incarnate to make this. It is a free online map maker. Has a paid tier as well. Miquis Guerrero said trees over on the video app. We got some trees. Ha, you're right, Mark. I did change up the shape of the world map a little bit. Part of my creative woes with it. And I'm not sure I'm happy with it. Guys, should the icon be on the left side of the text or the right side of the text for this little key? What do we think? I feel like probably the right. Nathan, you agree with me? You think the right as well? Jay says the left. Epic says the left. Okay, got more for the right side. It's a split vote. It's a split vote in the chat. Oh, Epic changes the vote. Okay, right seems to be winning. Autumn Spectre, we're using Incarnate.com, and it's an online map maker. All right, let's do a little bit of aligning here. I know there's a way to align elements, but it's been a long time since I've done it. I think we might have to just eyeball it for the moment. Left, right in a zigzag. I see you chose the chaotic option. I'm sure there's a way. I just don't know it. I know there's a way to like auto align these so that they're actually lined up. It doesn't really matter though. We'll just zoom in really close and make sure the points line up. See, we're going to line it like that, and we're going to hold the down key and move it. Same for you. There we go. Any tips for world building? Base it roughly on something that you know and that does exist in the real world, I think, and then go get creative from there. That's kind of what I'd go with. Also, in my opinion, try to avoid your map just looking like medieval Europe. There's a reason why that, like, fantasy maps always tend to look like just medieval Europe, because that's kind of dominant. It's a dominant setting in the world of fantasy. So there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just, I don't know, I feel like we could get a little more originality in it, you know? And I've been guilty of it in the past too. Like, I trust me, I'm speaking about this because I often mess it up. Kind of like I can't type. Alright, I really hope y'all were right about capital and you're not just playing a prank on me and to get me to say it wrong. Alright, so y'all, I got a question for everybody. What do we do with this island up here? I literally put this in as a reminder that there's going to be an island here. What do we want? Like, what kind of shape we thinking? What do we want in here? We are using inkcarnate.com to make this. Vice, you said fantasy maps look like medieval Europe because people want them to. Nothing wrong with that. No, it's true. There's nothing wrong with that. I think there's just too many of them look like that. I'd like people to get more creative than cold mountains in the north, hot desert in the south, and you know, lush temperate plains in the middle. I see a lot of good suggestions for what to do with this island. Reza, you said a lake surrounded by a forest. We kind of got that going on down here. You got 2 lakes even. Look at that. Double or nothing. Swampy area, Ford. Here you go. Look at that, man. I got everything y'all are asking for. It's our little swamp. And actually, now that we're here, I do want to poke a few more holes in this. I want it to be nice and swampy. Swampy. And then we're going to move the trees out of those holes that we poked. That's probably too many trees on that island. There we go. There's our swamp. Rocky island with a wizard tower on it. Ooh. Epic. I like the free version of Incarnate a whole lot. I use the pro because I stream it, so I want to have all the assets I can. But the free version is very good. It's a great here. Use the free version until you find its limitations, and then go to the pro version. That's what I'll say. That's kind of my policy with everything. Buy the cheap tool, use the cheap tool until it breaks, and then you've earned the right to have the expensive tool. 6 feet. I'm not sure if it would work on a drawing tablet. I have tried it on my really cheap drawing tablet, and you can totally... It worked. So I guess I do know. It works on that one. I have a very cheap starter drawing tablet. Where's Shrek live? That's a good question. Ooh, all right, y'all. I'm gonna place some. Adrian, you can get it from inkcarnate.com. I just put it in chat for you there. I'm gonna hold off on this island for the moment. There's a lot of good suggestions. I'm gonna think about that. What I want to do at the moment. I want to start putting some towns and cities around. So, I just realized... Alright, hold on. We're breaking these groups because I really need these stamps. I want to put a little town in the swamp. I think it'd be really cool to have a little swamp town down in here, but whereabouts? Where should it go, y'all? Where do we want the swamp town? Down in here, maybe? Let's make sure this is a top level stamp, so it's above the trees. Thought it was a top level stamp. Is it it's got a little opacity on it? No, it's just... Alright. Do it on the main island. Kind of like here or here. Yeah, I'm just going to go through and plop some towns down, and then we're going to refine stuff. We'll refine their placement. So maybe like right here, you want the swamp town here-ish? I feel like it's going to be there, or it's going to be like over here. Let's just make this bigger so we can see it right now. I kind of like it here, right out in the river a bit more. I'm going to go with that. Replace some trees that we knocked off here. Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a road network linking all these guys. You can see I've dropped some bridges in here earlier. We're going to paint a road network through here because here's my secret plan I was working on. I want the big capital right here on the point of land. I think this would be really cool. Which in hindsight, now that I look at it, this key is a little bit too close to that. I don't love how close it is to the capital up there. So maybe we got to move the key a little bit. There's not really a good place to put it, though. I guess what we could do... something like this. For now. It's definitely not as clean not being over the ocean. Alright, let's make this more visible, because this is going to be our swamp town. Right in here. Alright, there's one town. I feel like you can't have too big of a town in the swamp, right? Where else? I mean, we got the capital up in here. We got to put some names in, but we'll get that. Jack R, we're making this on inkcarnate.com. Oh, is a little camera freeze, Aaron? Is it resolved? Did it just skip for a second, or did it like did it freeze for longer? I want to put another capital. Just skip for a second? Okay, I'm not too worried about that, but we'll see. I made this whole lagoon because I wanted to have a city on it. The question, y'all, is, do we want it on the northern shore here or the southern shore? Oh, and I probably need to drop a bridge over this river, too. There we go. Get our bridge in there. So where do we... Alright, here. 3 options for the capital. For this southern capital. What do we think? We like top, left, right? I mean, I guess technically you could even put it like right here guarding this inlet. What do we think? Here, chat, we're going to vote on this. I'm going to make a poll in just a moment. This is going to be number 1. It's going to be number 2. Oh, didn't mean to move that. You are going to be number 3. And you're going to be number 4. Alright, chat, let me get a poll going here. Just a quick poll. No, not a quick poll. I need a custom poll. And I need... create new poll. 3 or 4, and it's going to be, where should the capital go? Okay, save, and we're going to run it for 60 seconds. All right, guys, here it comes. The poll is about to begin. There we go. Oh, wow. Did I put it for 60 minutes? Hold on. Yeah, not 60 minutes. Let's try it that way. Save, start. Oh, I think there's one still running. Oh, that's annoying. And I can't end it. I think we have a 60-minute poll going. That's a whoops. All right, we'll just do it visually then, guys. We'll try one more time. I think the poll might work now. Custom, 4 options. Edit the time. 1 minute. Start. Yeah, it's not working. All right, we'll do it manually. Just put your votes in chat for the next 60 seconds, and whoever appears to have the most is what we're going to do. Do you want to have option 1, 2, 3, or 4 for this southern capital city? Seeing a lot of 1s. Got some 2s and 3s sprinkled throughout. There's a 4 coming through. Oh, someone else said something in chat that I couldn't see. Why not between the gap so 1 and 2 becomes one city but split by the river? Oh, cool idea. Kind of like that idea, Tyler. I don't know how I'd represent that, though. Because I only have these markers for it. I guess, you know what? We could draw on the map and kind of like draw the outlines of the cities or something. Alright, well, 1 is definitely winning. And it looks like 2 is in second. So, we're going to do 1 or 2, and we're going to... let's try the split thing. Let's put it like right here. Thank you for the votes, everybody. And I guess kind of what I'm thinking is to draw something on the map that shows this town goes between these two. Someone asked, what would I do if I wasn't a streamer? Well, I am actually an author full-time. I just stream for fun and to talk about writing and fantasy and stuff. But my full-time job is writing and selling these books. So if any of them look interesting to you or you want to support me or the stream, please check the links in my bio. All of my books are available on Amazon and Audible, bookstores, etc. Please, if any of them look interesting, check them out. I would appreciate it. Supports me, supports the stream, and it keeps me able to stream and write more books. For folks asking where we're doing this, we're doing it at incarnate.com. It's an online map maker. All right, so we're going to try something here, folks. I'm going to try... This is where the city's going, right? But y'all said you wanted to see it split, this gap, right? Like both sides of the river. So we're going to try to represent that. I'm going to grab a line tool in black. And let's see if I... All right, that's obviously way too small. Let's get our stroke size up a bit. Okay. Let me change its color. I don't have a dipper tool, so I can't choose. Maybe it has to stay black, but let's see. What we're going to do is we're going to make a line. I'm wondering if we can draw something kind of like this. And then we color that area in, and that can represent where the city is, right? We'll just use like a little bit of coloring to show that that is the bounds of the city. Here's the full map for those that were asking. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. So let's grab a paintbrush, and we're going to go for, I don't know, purple down here with a full opacity. And if we paint this bad boy in purple, is it going to, like, look like there's a bit of a city here, you know? And then maybe we get rid of these black border lines. So we do something like that. And now let's grab some text and see. Text here. And I want to put a little bit of a curve on it. No, not line height. Sorry. Curve. Something like that. How do we like that? With the purple representing where the city is. What do we think, guys? Looks good? Yeah? I kind of like that as an idea of just kind of showing the bounds of the city. Now let's get a little specific with it. I feel like it would follow the coasts a lot. And if I kind of just like highlight it around the coasts, it's gonna look a bit more like it's actually a city in there, like it's growing in certain directions, you know? Kind of like that. Maybe that's a little too little, too less. I don't know, too few. There's a word in here. Something like that. Bobby, we are making this on inkcarnate.com. Put it in chat for you there. Oh, sorry, Quest. I see you wanted city option 4. Sorry, buddy. There we go. Alright, so let's do our other one then. We used purple down... Maybe we use purple... No, I think we should use purple for... Or I guess what I'm trying to say is we should use different colors for different areas, different countries. Or maybe we just use like a dotted line to divide them. That could be kind of cool. Linton, how do I get the words to curve? So, let's see if I can show you. I click into the text, and then we go to advanced options. Let me demonstrate. I guess I already have it expanded. In the advanced options, there's a line curve option. And you can curve it by changing that value. Welcome in, Stilo and Itch. First time you've seen someone making a fantasy map. It's a ton of fun. It's super, super fun. I do it every Friday, 7 a.m. Central Time. And we make them, you know, for our books. I've made several now. Here's one we made in the past. That was a fun one. We made it with chat. I particularly like this region up here. I think that was really cool. These like islands. The Plunder Isles is what chat voted to name it. This is a fun map. I kind of missed this one. But that was the first one we made. Jay said, how cool was it when you could quit your job to do this full-time? Well, I don't stream full-time. I am actually a full-time author. The streaming is just something I do on top of it. Try to get attention on my books also. Answer questions about writing, publishing, world building. Just kind of be helpful. Make a chill place to hang out in the mornings. For those asking, we make this at inkcarnate.com. I just put it in chat. It's an online map maker. And, I don't do commissions, Ramil, though I am flattered that you ask. It's very kind of you. My full-time job is writing books, so I got to write these bad boys and sell them. That's what I got to focus my time on. But we do the streaming for fun. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time. And if you want any of those books, if you want to check them out, they are linked in my bio. Please give them a look. Oh, I didn't mean to paint the mountain. I want to show that this city extends along the coast a little bit. There we go. Maybe even a little bit more. How did I become a full-time author? How great was it? It was great when I was able to do that, Jay. It's just the money's like never great. I get to do my dream job, so that's awesome. But you know, the money is always a challenge. But any book I write could blow up and go astronomical. So fingers crossed, huh? All right, let's get the proper zoom level. I think you could go more like right here. Now, see, there's a bit of an issue with my key. It's really not in a place where I want it to be. So we're gonna group this key up into one element. And then we're gonna move it. There's gotta be somewhere else on the map I can put it, because I need to put the name of this town up here, and the key is just really in the way, so there's just no edge I can put it on. Maybe we put it up here and we move some stuff out of there. Maybe we make it smaller. Nah, it should be big enough to see. Why don't you put a town in between the mountains? I think we will. I think we definitely will. Neville, you said, is this in Photoshop? This is an inkcarnate.com, Neville. If you're looking for something to make maps for D&D, this is a great place to do it. And Admiral Pilot, I see you asked the same question. It's inkcarnate.com. I put the name in chat for y'all. Feel free to check it out. It's a great app. I love it. Just web-based. You just go to the website and start making maps like these. Oh, zoomed in on that one. These are maps we've made in the past for fun. I'm particularly proud of our lava and fire area up here and our legally distinct Mordor. James, this isn't for any book in particular. Actually, this one is for practice. This is the one that we're going to be writing a bunch of books in this world. And in fact, the first book in that world is out now. Wriggly Little Hands. Which, if you don't know, is a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord who they serve. But they're goblins. They're going to mess it up. I mean, look at these guys. These guys aren't going to do anything important or serious. They're just going to screw it up and have fun along the way. It's a very goofy book. Feel free to check it out if that sounds interesting to you. Ah, okay. You remember that map. Nice. Does Santa canonically exist in my books? I don't know. It's a good question. We haven't covered that territory yet. Y'all, where do we put the key for this map? Maybe we just don't have one? Maybe it's just obvious that you know, there are bigger dots and smaller dots? I mean, I want it right up here, but it overlaps with the town that's up there. Thank you for the follows, by the way, everybody. I appreciate that. I see those coming in. You guys rock. I just don't know where to put the key. I used too much of my corners. Maybe we delete these hills and we move the key down here. Let's try this. Oh, yeah, I could do banner style. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, Linton. Ah, I'm messing everything up. Let's get the key back to the top. There we go. Let's grab like a template to put it on. I don't think it's symbols. It's heraldry? Decorations? There we go. It'll be in Ooh, sorry, I just noticed clouds. Oh, that's so cool. We might have to put some clouds in here, y'all. I'm going to get distracted with this, but imagine some clouds in among the mountains. Kind of cool. I kind of love it. All right, we'll have to come back to that. I want to find like a banner to use for the key. We got something like this, obviously, but that's more for the name of a place. Like that's more like a world name. The key wouldn't fit on that very well. Halo, we are making this in Incarnate. It is an online map maker. I just put it in chat. Admiral, you think just keep the key up here in the corner? If I could find a little decoration, I guess is what they're calling them, to put it on, that would be pretty cool. We got frames and oh, here we go. Something like this could do the trick. What variations on that do they have? They got this guy. What else we got going on? That's pretty cool. Let's check the next asset pack. Nothing in there. And what about this one? Not seeing much there either. Alright, well we got some stuff to work with here. We could... Oh, wait, let's put it on top. Alright, we could fit this on something like this. Can we change the size of this guy? Only in a square. Matt, this is Incarnate. You're correct, my guy. Good eye. Oh, don't delete that. I want to delete the banner, not my cliffside. Which key do we like more, y'all? The top one or the bottom one? I feel like the bottom one works better. Yeah, I can make it bigger, you know, in all dimensions, but I wanted to make it taller, not also wider. I see a vote for the top one. Make it a bit smaller, have 2 columns. I agree. I think the bottom fits the color scheme better. Let's see if we can do something with that. I'm going to break up this group and make it 3 separate groups so we can move them independently. The box is going to make it stand out for sure. It's just going to be a lot of... Maybe we just make the icons smaller so that everything can fit on this. So there's one. I believe in us, folks. We can do it. Stamp scale 130. Let's drop this to 130. And then we just got to get town in here. I'm trying to think of the logical order here, because 3 is a little bit weird, you know, just kind of chilling like this. Hey, Linton, or who said that? Tony Dobbs, my guy. Thank you for that. What a pro tip. Hold on. We'll put my nice key that was all aligned back together. About 1.5 million control Z's. Come on, baby. Almost there. Y'all tired of seeing the undo flash yet? Okay. Is the key back together? Not quite. I think it is now. Nope. Alright, we'll just regroup it. Grouped. And now what you're saying is I can just drag this. There we go. And we can put this guy on top. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. Oh no! Town lost its icon. Oh, that's interesting, Matt. Said, what if you put the symbols in the middle in the shape of a triangle, then have it corresponding? Oh. I kind of like that, my guy. Alright, hold tight. We're gonna play with that. So what you're saying is like this, and then like this, kind of. And then we'll adjust the size of this to allow for that. Can probably go like here. So we'll do capital like this. Town like this. And city like this. Yo, that was sick. Good suggestion, Matt. My dude, I really like that. And then we can just put this thing like up in here or something, you know? That's pretty sick, man. I dig it. I almost wish I could have a triangular border for it now. Oh, you know what, y'all? I've totally misnamed these. I'm so sorry. Good point, Alex. You said, what about village? You're absolutely correct. Hold, please. I have these named wrong. This should be town. And this should be village. That's kind of the 3 units that I wanted. Which is unfortunate because village no longer fits on here. So hold, please. We will rearrange. Not me messing with my alignment to make sure it's perfect. Yeah, Dalton, sorry about the stream dropping earlier. It has just been tech issue day to day, but I believe that we have it all resolved now. So, yay. I'm gonna make the font on Village a bit smaller because it really doesn't want to fit in here. I guess we could also just drag it like this. And then center this a bit better. You know what we should do? It does look a bit weird, right? We're gonna do this. And we're gonna put town over here. And then we're gonna put village right here. Like this. I feel like that logical progression makes a bit more sense with small, medium, large. Oh, thank you, Dalton. I appreciate that, my guy. Liam, shouldn't the icon be on the right-hand side of the text for town? Well, we were trying to do it as like a triangle for the 3 of them, so you can kind of see the logical progression of size. I think I like it like this. Make the text face each other. Cecil, how you doing, buddy? I'm good, man. Welcome in. Good to see you. How have you been? Happy Friday to you. Zach, not a fan of this, huh? Well, we'll work on the key later, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is because I don't want to be in here working on the key for too long. Just going to line it up and space it out. And then we'll change the dimensions of this just a little bit. I don't think that's going to be our final key. But for now. Why is there a cactus on this island? There wasn't supposed to be any cacti there. Alright, there's our key for the time being. We will improve it. Yeah, Dungeon Master, I don't know why the cactus was there. It was not supposed to be. I am out of water. That's not good. Thank you for the follows, everybody. I appreciate that. And Nikki, we're using incarnate.com to make this. Admiral, I'm sorry, I missed your chat. You said, I forgot to turn this town symbol back to normal 90 degrees. I think it's fixed now, right? All right. Thank you, Zinc. I'm glad you like it. We're going to have to name these, but for now, we're just going to call them what they are until we come up with names. Any tips for map making? Honestly, I'm still learning. So I'm not like the best map maker. We're still learning stuff. I guess the tips that I've learned, keep your scale mostly the same size. So for instance, when I placed these mountains here, they were originally too small and I realized it. So what I did was I took a mountain from over here, which was this was my first mountain range, and I pasted it down here and I put it next to these and I sized all these mountains to be roughly the same size. Of the mountains. So try to keep your stamp sizes the same, or like these trees, they're stamp scale 270. I try to keep that consistent across every tree on the map, unless there's a reason for them to be bigger, you know? What made me get into this? Just for fun. I honestly, I found Incarnate when I was looking for a way to make maps for my books, and I just had so much fun with this that I was like, I mentioned it on stream one day. People were like, yeah, you should stream that. So now we stream it. All right, we need some more villages in here, because I've just got the two big capitals that I kind of knew were going to go there. I think we need, actually, hold on, we need a desert capital as well. Now, cities in the desert are tough. They need a water source, right? And obviously we have an oasis up top, but you could also do stuff with like a groundwater source. You could have an aquifer beneath it. Petra famously has a bunch of water storage. I'm blanking on the word. It has a bunch of different basins hidden all around where it gathers water. So you could have something like that, but I don't have really a way to show that, right? So if we're going to do a desert capital, which I definitely want, there needs to be some way for them to get water. Also, I think it's going to be too crowded, but it'd be very cool to have it right up here on the cliffs. I think that would be sick. Kind of the reservoirs. Thank you, Canopolis. Thank you. That is the word I was looking for. It's kind of cool to have these two like staring at each other, maybe. It's Dude. You said, can you see one of my books? Yeah, man. In fact, you can see most of them. Lit RPG down here, fantasy up top, and this is my newest. This one's comedy fantasy. This is intense, kind of action fight scene, Dragon Ball Z-esque fantasy, and this one's like Jurassic Park. They're all linked in my bio, so if you want to check them out, by all means, please do. It is how I support myself. So give it a look. Writing and selling books is my job. Admiral, you said the village sign is turned 90 degrees? Is it? Maybe. Let's give it a look. Wow, I think you might have been right, dude. Holy cow, you're full on right. What an eye, Admiral. My guy. Well played. That's nuts, dude. How did you see that? Ty, you love the map? Thank you, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really like making it with y'all. So what do we think about the desert capital, guys? I really love the idea of having it on these cliffs. I don't love it being so close to the other capital because I'm going to make these different countries or kingdoms. But that's just such a cool location. But you know another cool one? Right here, like on the edge of this rock. That's pretty sick too, right? Got like Pride Rock going on down there. Alternately, yeah, could be down here by the beach on the river. What do we think? Here, chat, we're going to vote on it again. We voted on the last one. We're going to vote on this one. You feel like desert should be more in the desert? Where? All right, so I want to give an option in the desert. But where would it go in the desert? I mean, we could just put it right down in the middle. Kind of like right here, maybe. All right, let's get some text here for y'all to choose from. Alright, so this is going to be option 1. Let me zoom in so y'all can see them all nice and clean. There's option 1. Option 2 is right here. Three. I kind of need to make this text bigger. There we go. And option 4. Alright, y'all, 60 seconds on the clock. Go ahead and vote on where you want the desert capital to be. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I've seen a lot of 4s. Okay, more 4s. A 2, a 1. Let me see, another 2. Alright, 2 and 4 are taking the lead at the moment. 4. Oh, let's vote for 3. We got to vote for 3. 4 or 3. 4 again. 4 is definitely winning at the moment. I think it's between 4 and 2. All right, so here we're going to take option 1 and 3 off the table because they were losing. Guys, it's between 4 and 2. What are we doing? Make 5 in between 4 and 3. 4 because secret tunnel. Solid logic, Jackan. I like it. I like it. Okay, it's looking like a split vote. Up, Fused Royal on the video app starts with a Y. Into the Tube said vote for 4. 4. Okay. 2, 4, 2. I think 4's winning out. Admiral cast his vote. All right, we're gonna call it. I think 4 wins. Yeah, Alex. I tried to put a poll earlier and I messed it up, and it went for an hour and it kind of glitched out, and now I can't do another poll until that poll ends. Oops. All right, 4. Y'all liked 4. Rock and roll. 4 it is, folks. Admiral, you said where am I streaming more? Like when or what platforms? Because I stream on TikTok and the video app with a red icon that starts with a Y and ends with a tube. I just can't say it on TikTok. They get mad at me. Those are the 2 platforms I stream on, and then all of my streams are recorded to the video app on my profile there, and you can rewatch. You can play back any of the streams. Oh, Dungeon Master, that sounds awesome. You have the image of a Middle Eastern version of Helm's Deep for number 4. I do want 4 to kind of be cradled in these mountains. That's kind of the vibe I was going for with it. So let's go ahead and paint the borders of it. We'll remove that when we're done. It looks like Texas. It kind of looks like Texas. All right, now we're going to paint it in. What color do we want for this kingdom? Or this city? It's in the desert, so probably like a really yellow color, but it's already very yellow there, right? There's an orange color we could do. Could do kind of that. That's too hard to see, though, against the backdrop of the desert. We could do a blue. I don't know if blue works, though, in the desert. Green's going to look like trees, which I don't want. I think red is really the best choice, and I'll change this. This one's already red. We'll change that to something else. I think red's what works best here. Purple would look good too. We're making this on Incarnate, for those asking. Incarnate.com. It is a online map maker. Admiral, you said You hear me talking to others on another app, but you couldn't find me on Twitch, so you didn't know. Oh yeah, I am on TikTok. That's the main place that I stream. Fused Royal, you said green like a cactus? I could see that. I could see that. Hello, Harrison. Welcome in. Incarnate does have a free tier. It also has a paid tier. The free tier is pretty darn good. I'm on the paid tier now because I'm streaming it, but absolutely nothing wrong with the free tier. Guys, I'm not liking the red in the desert. It doesn't stand out enough. I think when I have to go for the purple. I think we're going to change it to purple, and we'll take the purple from this guy and make it something else. So let's paint it sand color again. And we're going to put that purple in here. Also, purple and yellow, purple and gold, just go good together. A heck of a color combo. Alright. I bled over into this mountain a little bit, so I need to find the color that I used on that mountain. I believe it was parchment brown. Yeah, here it is. Nope, that's too dark. Maybe it's just the yellow. I don't know. Oh well. Oh wait, sorry. Yellow here to remove this red. Yep, that's what it was. It was yellow with a brown color that's just naturally part of the mountain. Alright, let's get this purple in here. Boom. That feels a bit more natural to me. I want a little bit of it up in here too. It spills over into this valley, we'll say. There we go. Okay, so we got purple there. I'm liking that one. And now we took the purple from down here, so we got to change this guy's color to something else. We already got red. Maybe blue would look too close to the ocean. What about orange down here? Orange is probably fine, right? We'll zoom out and see what it looks like on a zoom out. What do we think? I think the orange works. Hey, Admiral, I see you on TikTok now. Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, we could totally make lore for this map. It's when we made this one, we made the lore as we went. That was pretty fun. So I'm down to do it again for sure. Yeah, Thomas, that's exactly what I was thinking. The colors kind of represent the color of, you know, the it's the capital of like a country of some sort. And those are kind of the colors of that country. All right, so we got our 3 capitals in. I think that's enough, right? So let's put some towns in here. Could be cool to have one right up in here at the edge of this water. And what's the size for town? The stamp size is 125. I think this is too big. Yeah, it's at 180. Drop that to 125. Drop you to... You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I think my screen's just not quite centered. Hold on, please. I will fix. There we go. That's probably about correct. If I zoom in right here, yeah, there we go. Now it's looking right. There we go. Okay, so we like a town down here on this kind of choke point in the rivers. I think that's kind of cool. I love our swamp village. Very fun down there. Yeah, like a bridge. You know what? Hold on. I like that idea a lot. Let's grab a bridge. You know what I'm going to do, though? Oh, y'all, I just had a bad idea. I just had a bad idea. Bear with me a moment. This is going to be cool. It's just going to take a minute of work. I'm loving this map already, y'all. We're having way too much fun with this. Okay, here's what we're doing. If you hate it, let me know. But I'm thinking we make this capital like a whole grouping of islands with bridges connecting them. Kind of like a Venice type place. Yeah, Stockholm. That could be even. That's even better. Isn't that like called the City of Bridges or something? I've definitely heard something about that with Stockholm. Katie, we are using Incarnate. I'll put it in chat for you to make this. Fused Royal, thank you. You're right. This is salmon. That is the correct name for this color. I'm not good at color names. I call things way too basic of color. I'm like, it's orange. Tony, thank you for the gift, my friend. You're too kind. We have a policy around here. If you give a gift, you get a gift. So these little goblins are yours now. Congrats, my man. Thank you very much. The difference between free and paid Incarnate is just more assets, higher resolution. You get... So I've recently learned that, like... So on the last map, we made a place... Chat wanted to make something called the Fungal Jungle. So we did. And, like, these giant mushrooms and stuff, I'm pretty sure these are premium assets. So if you want to kind of get weird with it, Premium's going to let you do that. The Pro plan. Okay, so now let's put this guy back here. It does mess up a lot of the bridges, which is kind of a shame, but I think you get the idea that, like, the bridges are there, right? Oh, you know what? We needed a bridge to the mainland, or all the way through. Yeah, y'all, I love this. Oh, yeah, good point, Jack-Ann. Jack-Ann, that's an incredible point. Pro gives you licensing rights for your maps, so you can use them in books and stuff. Without Pro, you can't publish the maps in any books or sell them or anything like that. There we go. Okay, y'all, I really like that. That looks cool, and you can even tell at high zoom that it's a city of bridges. Very, very cool. I'm a huge fan of this one down here, y'all. Libella's Slama? We use Incarnate for this. I'll put it in chat, incarnate.com. Yeah, Ty, definitely try out Incarnate. You'll have fun with it. It's insane how much fun it is. Alright, I'm going to move this town to, like, here. I think it should be on the river and the ocean. And I'm going to put a village there. And what's my village stamp size? 167. So you are too big. Swamp Village. You need to be 167. I'm going to make it 165. 167 bothers me. And I'm going to put a village where this town was, because it was just a random place on the map. There was no reason for it to have a big old town. The peak in the center should have... Oh, like right here you're saying should be a city? Be pretty cool. Maybe put a village on the coast of the desert too. Oh yeah, we need to get them like all around. We got a lot of villages to fill in. I don't know, Zergon, how I could make it look like an Algonquian village. Algonquin. All I have are these little markers, you know. So I mean, you can imagine they look like that. We're using a bit of the power of imagination here. All right, so it has a town. This guy's a village. And we'll give them names at some point in time, but right now we're just marking them. Ty, it was a pleasure to have you here today, man. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you had fun, and I hope you have a good weekend. Melissa, good to see ya. Welcome in. How you doing? Got a good weekend planned, I hope? Okay, we definitely have to have... I want a town on this oasis. I think that would be way cool. And we're going to reverse the curve on this one. So it's a 23 curve. We're going to make it a negative 23. And we're going to put the title right down here. Boom. All right, y'all. We're getting this filled in. I feel like we got to have a town here, like someone said. Big agree. Oh, congrats, Melissa. I'm excited to see what you think of your proof of warping time. Let me know. Interesting. It's going to be there on the 30th. Who'd you order it through? Marked. We're not going to add houses on this one. We're just going to use the markers because I don't that level of detail is too, like, the map's supposed to be viewed at this level, so you really can't tell houses and stuff on it. Oh, I didn't want the hill. I want the text. That town's going to have a cool name. 100%. Admiral, please throw some lore at me. I feel like we need a village. I mean, obviously there would be more villages than we're showing here. I think we're highlighting the larger villages, I think, is a good way to think of it. Well, this is not a comprehensive map of the region, I think you could say. I definitely, y'all, I think we need a village up in the mountains, too. Like, somewhere up in here. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in the way. Village down by the lake? Oh yeah, with the single island? Definitely. Like right about here on the lake shore, I like that. Or do we want it more here as a clearing in the woods? Which option you like, guys? Top or bottom for a village here? Zaldris, we're using Incarnate for this. Incarnate.com, and it's an online map maker. I see a vote for bottom. Admiral, I love that lore. They throw him off the cliff. I love that. You like both? Jack, this map is just for practice, really. But I make them for my fantasy books for the most part. So, like, this one's the big one we're working on for a whole world. Or a large part of a world. But I want to learn how to do the parchment style. So, we're learning this parchment style. So we're making this one as practice. You like both, but you vote for the bottom, says Zaltris. On the island? That would be funny. I mean, it'd be pretty cool, but it does ruin the tree on the island, and I like our little tree there. It's kind of cute. Tony, thank you for the pumpkins. Holy cow, my dude. Thank you so much. I gotta give you more goblins for that. I mean, you're gonna give that many gifts. Oh, I don't even know if I can hold them all at once. A whole family of goblins for you, my guy. There you go. Thank you. You give goblin, or you give pumpkins. I give gifts. Goblins. What are words? Okay, I think bottom was winning out on this, so we're gonna do it on the bottom down here. This village. Maybe we give it a clear line of sight to the lake. How's that? Who's the MC of my story? Well, so for this world, I don't really know. It's just we're just making it as we go. But I can tell you from my books, if I can get these trees selected real quick. There we go. I'm liking it, y'all. It's taking shape now that we got some settlements in here. For Wriggly Little Hands, so that's the one you're asking about. So Wriggly Little Hands has a large cast of characters, but our main characters are the goblins seen here. Ollie is really the main character, but he travels with his family, including Lynn 2, Lynn 1, Hob the Goblin, Man the Goblin, Robert, and am I blanking on one of the goblins? Ollie, Lynn 2, Lynn 1, Hob, Job. I was forgetting Job. Man and Robert. So all the goblins here, and of course Horse, their undead mount that they hang out with. Until they get a rocket wagon, then well, I guess they ride Horse until they get the rocket wagon, and then why would you ride Horse? Just put Horse in the wagon. Dom Diggity, it is inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat for you. That's the program we're using for this. Y'all, I love our progress today. I think there's going to be more settlements on this map still, but as it stands now, like, good lord, we did good progress. I'm loving this. I think I got to run and get to the rest of my workday, but thank you for joining me for this, y'all. Thank you for the follows, for the suggestions. We got a beautiful map here. I think we're going to go ahead and finish it next Friday. As a reminder, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time, and we're always doing something fantasy-focused. I answer your questions about publishing and writing. I take the first lines of your favorite books that you suggest to me, and we read them, and then we break them down live on stream, or we make fantasy maps. We got a whole suite of things we do, so please give me a follow if you want to hang out for those. I'll be back for sure Monday at 7 a.m. Maybe before. I'm playing with the idea of a weekend stream. I might do a little bit of gaming this weekend. But otherwise, folks, I've been author Alex Knight. I hope you've had fun today. Here's our map as it stands. We will finish it up next Friday. And just as a last reminder, I'm a full-time author. So if you want to support me, check out some of my books. They're linked in my bio. They're on Amazon. They're audiobooks. Pretty much any format you want. So give them a look. I appreciate it. Otherwise, folks, thank you for being here today. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will catch you on the next one. As always, we'll do our quick outro. Let me get my note. Because I have to give credit to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which have provided our background music today. As well as special thanks to community member Raffi the engineer who made our 5th background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Raffi produced that just for stream. Absolutely epic. Thank you, Raffi. A shout out to my excellent moderators, Melissa Lee 28, Raffi the engineer, One Happy Harpy, other name wasn't available, aka Slendy, Simp1X, Leisha T, and Aaron Winnick. Thank you very much, y'all. Lastly, thank you for the follows. Thanks for being here. Give me a follow if you want to catch me on the next one. And until then, folks, have an excellent weekend, and I will see you on Monday, if not before. Be good, be excellent to each other, guys. Peace out.